Okay, this is a little bit of a sad sight because the bigger mountains you see in the background there, that's the La Plata range, and they're in that 12 to 13,000 foot range. And now that we're into December, they should absolutely be covered in snow, and they're not. So we're off to a slow start with our snow season here in Colorado, especially southwest Colorado. And that means the ski season's off to a slow start as well. A lot of other implications in addition to skiing, but I love to ski, so I'm bummed that we don't have a great start to the ski season. Plenty of time left for us to get some storms in, but in any case, I probably ski about 30 to 35 days a year downhill and another 20 or 30 days cross country, so I'm fairly into it. But an interesting thing happened about 5 years ago. I think it was right about 5 years ago. And I started to get a lot better. All of a sudden, after spending a large chunk of my life skiing, all of a sudden let's just say a little bit older age, I started to get a lot better. And so the question is why? And the answer is pretty simple, is I got coaching. I started taking a weekly lesson from the same instructor, and I do that for 8 weeks every winter. And it was amazing how my skiing just dramatically jumped forward. I got so much better. And it's sort of ridiculous that it took that long for me to go get coaching, since I'm basically in the coaching industry. The greatest way to move forward quickly is to learn from someone who's already been there and who has expertise in helping other people get there. And the beautiful thing that I think has really happened in the last 10 years, and it's accelerated in just the last few years, is just this idea of coaching has gone mainstream. There's been a coaching industry out there for decades, but it's truly gone mainstream. I think I might have told you this before, but my wife recently officiated a wedding. Now, she's had no experience doing that whatsoever. She went and got some coaching on how to officiate a wedding. And in my opinion, I've never been to a wedding that was more beautifully done than the one my wife Mary did. And so this whole idea of coaching is part of the zeitgeist. It is part of what's happening right now. And it's part of my industry, and it's part of the industry where I help people become coaches. I mean, at the end of the day, Product Launch Formula is about helping people roll out coaching programs and courses, online courses, membership sites, and at the core of all of that is some component of coaching. And I think it's an amazing profession. And if you go dial it down from all the different kind of online offers you can have, if you step it down to just offering actual like one-on-one or very small group coaching, whether it's in person or whether it's online, everyone's so, the last couple of years has brought Zoom to the forefront, and doing Zoom coaching or some type of video-based coaching, whether it's one-to-one or with a small group, is become mainstream. And it's probably the easiest way to get into this business. In fact, that's a well-trodden path, is first you work with a client or a very small number of clients. And frankly, coaching is usually the easiest sale to make. When we think about this whole umbrella of online business and selling information, or what I like to say, selling wisdom, transferring your wisdom to someone else, the easiest sale is one-on-one coaching. People love to buy coaching, and never more than these days. And so the well-trodden path is start with one-on-one, then move to small groups. After you have some success with a one-on-one, start coaching small groups. You start to build leverage into your business. And then the next step is you take that and you put it into either an online course or a membership site. Well-trodden path. It's been done over and over and over. And if you actually look at the way I did Product Launch Formula, I've been teaching that as an online course. Well, it started off actually as DVDs and CDs and books and stuff in 2005. In 2008, it became one of the very, very first online courses there was. And I've been doing it as an online course since 2008. But I started with working with clients one-on-one in 2003. Then in early 2005, then I started teaching a small group, and then I took it to an actual course. I'm not the first person, I'm not the last person to well-trodden path, but it all starts with coaching. And like I said, the great thing about coaching is it's easy to get in there, make that transformation, learn how to make that transformation, and it's easy to make that sale. So I'm Jeff Walker. Wherever you're watching this, scroll down, leave a comment for me. Pray for some snow. I could really use some snow here in Southwest Colorado. And let's go get them this week.